We're at Webb Oasis, and we're going to meet Ken, who works with Pulte Homes and the Webb developer team, to get the inside scoop on how we're doing here at Webb Oasis. And by the way, November 27th, absolutely gorgeous day in my flip-flops. So this is Ken.
Oh, hi.
How you doing, Ken?
We're on.
We're on.
We're starting right. I'm going to give you that.
Oh, okay.
We don't script any of this. What's the benefit of having an agent come in with them?
Oh, good. I like how you said we don't script any
We
of
don't.
this.
We script nothing.
Right. So there are multiple benefits, and some of it depends on their location, right? A buyer's location. So here being a destination, Orlando area, in Florida, we have a lot of our homeowners, our buyers that are out of state, right? So an agent can help be the second set of eyes and ears and come out and take photos. Agents are very experienced with this process, right? So they've done hundreds of walkthroughs. They know what to look for. I'm going to use Webb as an example. We have a lot of Webb communities, right, all over the country, and even in the Orlando division, right? So you're going to know you're going to help narrow it down. You're going to know what's going to work best for them based on what their needs are, right? Location and price point. So one, it's going to save them a lot of time. Two, agents are going to have relationships with the reps, right? Yeah. So they can set the appointments. They know what to expect, and you're not just kind of randomly getting whoever's available.
Right.
Having an agent very familiar with the contract, the process, deposits,
Yep.
even recommendations. Agents have recommendations on certain options, so it's again, another set of eyes or ears to help you, consider and think about, would that option be important to me?
Right, because a lot of our folks, and J Michael gets this in a lot of his comments and stuff, they haven't bought a house in 30 years.
Right.
And it's an overwhelming process. And not only, here they might fall into this gorgeous, Webb here and Webb Oasis, but their lifestyle would more fit the Webb up in Ocala.
If you haven't purchased a home in 30 years, things are different, right? And even when you purchase in Florida versus another state, things are different.
That's true.
But also, when I was talking about options, right, you're personalizing the home. So there are options to modify within our offering the home, right? And it could be additional square footage, it could be an oversized garage, it could be something with a shower, bathtub. So whatever it is, if you haven't gone through that process, you don't really know, right?
Right.
I mean, you don't know. You haven't built a home ever, or you
Right.
haven't built a home in years.
Even thinking how many plugs you might want in a certain area in the middle of the living room floor or something. It's something that people think.
Could I save money if I come in without an agent?
That is so good, because that's what people think. They think they're going to save the commission
Right,
that
so
you guys offer as an incentive for us.
That's another great question that I'm with you, right? People always ask that question or think that. There's no cost to have an agent represent you, right? So you're getting the support of an agent that has the experience and knowledge, and it's not costing the buyers anything, right? So us being sellers, the builder, Pulte is going to pay a commission.
It's kind of built into your marketing budget in a way to get other eyes into your community by having relationships with realtors.
Right. It doesn't change any of the pricing. It doesn't change incentives. It's not costing your clients any additional money at all to be represented by an agent. A couple things and updates. Models opened up about a year ago. Now, prior to that, we did a pre-sale event. So roughly 2 years, I would say, of sales, but truly open for a year. The fact that there's many Webbs throughout the area, what's neat about that is if there's a certain floor plan that you're interested in, but it's not modeled in one Webb, you can run over to another Webb and it may be modeled, right? Fully furnished. When I say modeled, I mean fully furnished, so you can see, hey, this is what it's gonna look like, potentially with these upgrades or with furniture in place.
And man, they're gorgeous.
Oh, they do a great job. They make them look beautiful. Yeah. But just kind of backtracking, right? So we've been open for about a year. We have 422 home sites, right? So it's a smaller Webb. Board there, that's last week, right? So we're about 192 sold. So 192 of the 422, almost halfway, with only being open models open for a year.
That is a massive, now that I found out it's only 420 homes, a
Yeah.
massive clubhouse for a boutique community.
So that's the other thing, right? You have almost 200 homes that are sold with a clubhouse that's not open, right? So
That's a good
clubhouse,
point.
clubhouse is under construction, scheduled to open in a little less than a year. So that would be the the end of summer of 2024. But to your point, size-wise, if you look at any other active adult community or Del Webb in general, there's a little bit of a formula, right? Of how many home sites, what square footage, what size pool, how many tennis courts, and all that, right? So there's a formula to say we need to have this size clubhouse based on this many homes, right? Makes sense.
Yep.
Here specifically at Oasis, we have exceeded all the minimums. So to your point, you got 422 homes, but you have a clubhouse now when it's finished up, air conditioned, right? Inside is over 13,000 square feet.
That's incredible.
All right, and it's almost 20,000 square feet with all the covered area. So you have a very large clubhouse for the quantity of homes here. Fire pits, pergolas. I mean,
Of course it is.
It
Del
is set up
Webb
to be a
is
resort.
Always had beautiful entrances and beautiful amenities. Will there be, because a couple of them now have restaurants that are just members only, or homeowner only restaurants in their clubhouse. Is that going to happen here?
Okay, so there's no restaurant.
Okay.
Right.
That's
There's
all right.
no
That was always a
restaurant.
little unusual, and I'm like, wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, no restaurant and no bar. So there's no full-time staff as far as restaurant services or drinks. Now there will be events, there'll be
Of course.
catering.
Well, you're in the middle of restaurant, tavern,
Yeah.
and everything is all around you, including the parks.
I mean, what it all kind of boils down to is you look at the size of the community and you look at the, like you said, the location and area, and you say, you decide, does it make sense to have a restaurant? So 422 homes really doesn't justify a restaurant that you can keep operating and in business without having mandatory food and like a minimum monthly food and beverage. So it just doesn't make sense. You have so many options within a few miles that it just doesn't make sense to have a full-time. This is really neat. This is, a lot of times people think this is the locations of Del Webb, but what this is, where are our homeowners not from, but at the time of contract, based on their driver's license, where are they currently living? And what's neat about this community, Oasis, you actually have a lot of locals, right? So I said roughly 200 homes sold.
Wow.
Half of them already lived somewhere in Florida.
Are they moving from other 55 plus over here, do you think? And
so-
newer?
So there, we have a little bit of everything. We have a lot of locals that are Dr. Phillips, Windermere, Winter Garden, right, where they just want to get more into a lifestyle community. But then we do have people that come, they leave South Florida or after some of the hurricanes, got people that left Fort Myers area. You do have some people that will be in other active adult communities or it could be another Del Webb. And maybe it was a little further on the outskirts and they just kind of got, bored or tired of the area.
Yeah.
And they want to be a little bit closer. Another thing that we find is people that live a little further out, they think, hey, I'm not too far from Disney. I'm going to have a lot of friends and family come.
That's true.
And then they don't come because they're an hour and a half away.
Oh, right. They need to get a little closer.
So they want to get closer, and that's how you have a lot of locals that will move closer to the entertainment part and parks and everything. So there are no short-term rentals. That's a very common question. Being so close to the parks, no short-term rentals, right? There's not investors that are buying these homes to rent them out. So it's all...
Because this area has that kind of that vibe that everybody thinks everything's vacation rentals only, and that's not true.
Right. I mean, you get more of that when you go into South, right? Osceola County. You get past that 192. It's very heavy with short-term rentals.
Yes.
But we're here in Winter Garden. We're in Orange County. You will not see a lot of short-term rentals
That's
in the area. One Del Webb is a lifestyle community, right? I mean, you want to have activities. There's a lifestyle director putting together a calendar of events.
That's quite all right.
Cut.
You're a working man.
You're moving into a community, similar stage of life. We say that often, right? People are here because they want to be social, they want to meet people, they want to have activities, and they're at a similar stage.
Well,
stage of life.
they're leaving a home up here from 30 years, coming down here, and then they know they automatically have buddies or
Right.
people in the same situation,
Yeah.
and it's much more comfortable. And then this is a unique thing for Del Webb. Some other builders have certain packages, they're more production,
Yeah.
and then you have a semi-custom. You're not full custom. You can't move a bunch of walls and
Right.
this and that. But there are a lot of options to choose from, so your home doesn't look like your neighbor's home necessarily.
That's right. We always kind of joked about that, right? With these packages, there's no flexibility. So you put a blindfold on me, you move me 3 homes down, you take the blindfold off, and hey, I'm in my house, right?
Yeah.
So
Don't drink too much.
Yeah, right.
Without knowing
3 doors
your own
down looks
address.
exactly the same. Where am I at? So you do get to personalize your home. And you know what? If for people that are like, that scares me,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. And even though we have professional, design center consultants who are really good at putting the right colors together and finishes together, that doesn't work, then you can always look at inventory. So we have inventory where we're gonna design it.
Yes.
And we like to think we know what looks good.
Yeah.
And we try to put together the most, popular options and the most recent trends. And you can walk in and say, you know what I see is what I get. I love this
Perfect.
house, I'll take it. So
Right.
you always have that option.
That would be me, because
Right? Some people don't want to go through the design center.
I'm just not artistic that way. And I go, oh, okay, this is perfect. I'm moving in. you
Yeah.
know?
And sometimes with inventory, it's the incentives, right? Sometimes you're going to get a better deal, or what's really popular right now, and a lot of people are taking advantage of this, is rate buy down. On a quick move-in home, we're doing rate buy downs, right? So I'm going to throw out some numbers for an example. Let's say the going rate is 7.5, and we're buying you, but our incentive, our promotion is bringing you down to 5.5 or 4.99, whatever the promotion is. Some folks are saving $300-400 a month. So their level of affordability is much higher. They may have had a price point of $400,000, let's say, based on 8% interest rate. Well,
Right.
if it's 4.99, now all of a sudden, same payment, you're buying a home for $450 or $475.
Right.
So you can get out of a used home or an area that you really don't want to be and get into an area that you want to be, or brand new home, and have the same payment. And there's other incentives, right? I mean, that's quick move-in, rate buy down, but there's other incentives with utilizing our lender to pay closing costs or offset closing costs. There'll be times of the year that we may have incentives to it could be a promotion on lot premium, or at the design center, or something like that. So we get a lot of people that are like, I'm not ready yet, but okay, it takes 8 months to build. Maybe there's some good incentives, or maybe there's a certain lot location, and that's the lot, that's the one I want. Well, then it's, why wait? Because in a year from now, obviously that lot's not going to be available.
That's right.
So sometimes the timing is more driven by the lot location. Sometimes it's a great incentive, right? And they jump on it a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the entire site map, right? It's all 422 lots. Just to kind of give you a lay of the land, you have the main entrance, right?
Is that where J.
the
Michael
gate.
and I came in?
Yep, so that's gated, guarded.
Okay.
Model park is here.
Okay.
Now this grayed out section is all phase 1 and 2. That's already built, sold out. Just past the Clubhouse, which is right across from the entrance and the model center, is our third phase, right? So that's where we're working right now. And most of those are dirt lots where people would, pick their home and go through the build process.
What do these back up to?
So that's the perimeter of the community. So there is another, about 100 feet away, there's another community.
Okay.
Now on the perimeter of our community, we have either fencing or it's a decorative concrete wall, right? It's a 6-foot wall. It's the same wall that's in the parking lot.
Okay.
So on the outskirts, you have the decorative wall. So those particular lots have the wall.
So this is it right here. 321 is the one I'm taking. I got the park, and then the amenity centers.
You're close to the amenity center. You got no rear neighbors. So this is all the phase 3 section. There are different colors, and that's just different lot sizes.
And which
Built-
means different homes. So
Di-
J. Michael,
yeah.
you get that, but you then get a Mac Daddy size home.
That's right. So those yellow lots are more of our estate series, right? So larger homes, larger footprints. orange lots are probably the most popular, right in the middle. And then the pink lots are the villas. So those are the attached homes.
And are they duplexes or fours? Or?
So they're duplexes.
Okay.
What's great about that is you have windows.
Yes.
Right. So
Yeah.
you have natural light coming in.
Yeah,
There's only
no
one.
innies.
Right.
We call them
No
innies and
No
outies.
innies. They're both outies.
They're both outies.
It's one shared wall. It's not like a condo where there's people above you or
Yeah.
below you. It's not like an apartment where the walls are paper thin.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah, yeah.
soundproofing. There's fire rated walls.
Yep.
And then our final phase 4, is out here, and that's it. So you can see, I mean, we're blowing through this. We're halfway through this community, and when that clubhouse opens, forget it. That's when it's just
Yeah.
people are just gonna. We're the only game in town. I mean, and we'll talk about location here in a minute, but there's no other active adult new construction in Winter Garden in Orange County with these amenities and this close to Disney and restaurants and entertainment. So with that being said, I mean, we sell homes. I mean, every week, you know, we're selling multiple homes. So I think that this market is very strong. People are going to retire. A lot of folks already have a home. So, you know, they're selling a home and relocating and typically have some equity. So we don't see the changes in the real estate market are different than how it affects active adult.
Well, plus you're right in the middle of Winter Garden, so when this sells out, then the resale market's going to be amazing because there's no other 55 plus communities to rival it.
This community, a lot of people ask, hey, what are the fees, right? So there is an HOA fee, and it depends on which product, right? Size of home, but it's a very low maintenance community, right? So it's almost all inclusive in the sense of the yard work's being handled, the sprinkler irrigation maintenance, so the sprinkler for your lawn is being handled, internet's included, TV's included, and depending on the product, meaning like a villa, for example, the HOA is providing even more services like exterior painting and roof. So low maintenance, HOA's handling all the yard work. There's no additional fees like a lot of people ask, is there a clubhouse fee? Is there a membership? Nope, it's all part of your HOA.
Yeah.
There's no CDD fee. It is just your HOA and then your other, I call it carrying
Electric
costs
and-
that you would have in any home, right? Utilities, property tax, and things like that.
So-
Yeah, so insurance companies, just to throw this out there, they're gonna look at level of risk, right? The lowest level of risk is on a brand new home, right? New construction. So now we have our own insurance company. You can use any insurance company you want, but with our insurance company, typically rate your insurance at the moment, right? Could change. Villas, $80 a month. Single family, $100 a month. You're a little over $1,000 for full coverage
Yeah.
per year, $1,200.
Okay.
I mean, so it's nothing crazy.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you
Yeah.
said that.
This is actually the old Hartzog Road, right? Little history there. Old Hartzog Road. So now it is, it's a 1 mile walking trail. It's
Ooh.
paved. There's exercise stations. There's benches along the way. It is gated up on both ends. It is for Oasis residents only.
Nice.
So you have a nice paved walking trail along with the community park. So specifically Oasis, here's why Oasis is the best.
The location.
Location, right? So the Webb Oasis, there's a lot going on here on this map. It's because there's a lot nearby, right? So the people that like Oasis and like this area is they want to be close to everything. You know, your Publix and your Target. Awesome golf course right up the road, Orange County National, Flamingo Crossing Town Center, that's a mile away. There's restaurants, a small Target very close by. North side, north of the golf course we were just talking about. Hamlin, healthcare is there, so you have you have hospital in Hamlin. You have tons and tons of restaurants. If I continue north just a little bit, and by the way, this is like, just to kind of put this in perspective, this is 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Flamingo Crossing, that's 1 mile. That's 1 mile, that's 10 minutes, right? So you go a little north, you get to the Winter Garden Village, another healthcare system, right? So that's Advent Health, this is Orlando Health. Winter Garden Village, that's gonna be more, I call it the commercial park. That's more of your chain restaurants and your large Target, your Lowe's is what's in the Winter Garden. And then if you go to the furthest part of Winter Garden, which is the north side of Winter Garden, that's downtown Winter Garden.
Oh, so cool.
Oh, we can talk
Plant
about that
Street's the great.
for
The
days,
best.
but
Yeah.
beautiful location in Plant Street. And all this again, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes away. South, typically a lot of people will go out to the Celebration. Celebration Health, so another Advent. You have the Advent in Winter Garden, you have the Advent in Celebration. So healthcare really popular right there. And of course, Celebration is a beautiful town that's right down the road. And then last but not least, Disney.
Of course.
You can hit a golf ball or a baseball or a pickleball to Disney.
And a lot of our
How long
folks
does it take
work there
to
if
get
they
to the
want.
front gate there at Disney?
You're,
7 minutes, 8
you know, say it's like 10 minutes at the most. We have a neat little sign you gotta take a shot of because I'll show you Disney World 2 miles away. So it's 2 miles away, you gotta take a shot of that.
That's awesome.
And then other important things, I mean, so everything you need is right here, right? You don't even have to leave Winter Garden.
Yep.
Airport is 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
But that's I always kind of make this joke, right? When you're talking about someone who not certain on area and they say, yeah, I want to be, you know, within like an hour, hour and a half of Orlando. I'm going, oh my God. Because, and I kind of make this joke, if you look at an hour radius, hour and a half, I'm from Connecticut. Okay, Connecticut on the map is this big. If I said, hey, I just want to be, and I'm from Milford, Connecticut, so I just use that example. I just want to be within an hour, hour and a half of Milford, Connecticut. That's 4 states I can actually live in. Like I really, if I went to Connecticut and went an hour and a half in 3 or 4 different, I'm in 4 different states. So I tell people, think about that. When you think about an hour, hour and a half from Orlando, and you put yourself in Connecticut, you could be in New York, you could be in New Jersey, you know, it's just, you really have to narrow it down. I think that goes back to having a good agent that really knows the areas
Yeah.
because there's
And
just
gets
so much.
and listens and gets
Yeah.
to know
Well,
you.
that I think hour and a half in your head, you go like, oh, it's very reasonable. But I think people underestimate the power of like that 30-minute zone. That's
Yeah.
where you're going to spend 90% of your time doing
Right.
it.
So, and right behind you too, just to kind of shift off of location, rendering of the clubhouse that we talked about. That's
So pretty. That's my style too. I
know,
love that.
8 months out or so. So it's gonna be beautiful.
Like when you're looking at a starting price, and if your budget's $564, the Mystique is going to be more than $564
Right.
by the time you get a lot and you get upgrades and
Yep.
stuff, right?
Yeah. Yes, I always talk about, you know, starting price and then reality price. It will vary per product, right? So I usually say, like, and what I mean by that, on a villa, it's smaller square footage, so it's less upgrade cost. So your percents will be different on a villa than a state home, right?
Makes sense.
But starting price, here's what that means. You got the base price of the home, which is a finished home. It's not like it's missing the roof, right? It's a finished home.
The convertible
Okay,
home.
you don't have to upgrade anything, which is most likely not going to happen.
Right.
Or at least in this buyer profile, it's not going to happen. So starting from is the base price of the home, any associated lot premium, and that can widely vary depending on the location that you're at. Location within the community or location within Central Florida, right? You're going to have lot premiums that will vary. So base price of the home, lot premium, and then upgrades, right? So upgrades, that's up to you. That's kind of what, you know, hey, what do I want? What kind of finishes do I want? Some people are gonna go very, very high-end finishes. They want their home to look like the model. And some people will go, you know, just more basic, right? So
And
talk about the
sometimes they
average.
can work on the finishes after too. They
Yeah.
can decide on doing some fancy stuff later.
yeah,
That's just a thought.
a lot of-
Although, keep in mind that's a pain if they can do it while you're doing it.
some things just make sense to do with us. There'll be
Yeah.
other things where it's like, hey, just you can do that afterwards, you know.
Yeah.
But on average, roughly 10% of the base price is a good number for upgrades. And that could get skewed, right? Because heck, an upgrade can be adding a whole second floor to a home. Well, guess what? You blew through 10%, right?
Oh, right.
But you know, on average, you know, you look at a villa. Okay, a villa's 420,000. 10% is, you know, 40,000. In reality, people do about 30,000. So that in the villa, it's under 10%. Single family home, though, you can say it's about 10% on upgrades, roughly. And then lots just vary so much that it's hard to say. You know, a lot premium could be 10,000. A lot premium can be 200,000. I mean, they just vary so much throughout the Del Webbs. Villa, we have inventory. We have completed inventory. We have final pricing, nicely upgraded. You know,
Nice.
all in pricing. Single family, we just started just broke ground on a few inventory.
Nice.
So we try to sprinkle in a little. I wish we had a little more.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, they most cases they sell before they're finished. So
Yeah.
it's hard to, like,
Yeah.
keep a lot of inventory.
Right.
Yeah, let's hop over here, right? Because a common question is, how do you build in Florida with hurricanes? So we get
Right.
asked this all the time. Hey, are your windows hurricane, or is the house, is it going to huff and puff and kind of blow away, right? Of course, everything's to code. So Central Florida is Cat 3. That's what we built, a Cat 3. So what that means is all your roof trusses are strapped, all your block is tied into underground footers and rebar. This is so your house doesn't blow over. Windows are all double pane, low E, slightly tinted for energy efficiency. So you can see that there's 2 panes. They are rated for Cat 3, which means, like, for example, if you were on the coast, you'd be rated for Cat 5. Those are like shatter-proof, shatter-resistant. You can hit them with a baseball bat.
Bank windows. Yeah.
Yep. So these are Cat 3. Even if a stick was up in the air and flew and hit the window at 100 miles per hour, it's not going to break. All right, so your Cat 3, about roughly 130 mile per hour winds. Some other stuff. I mean, this is insulation, PEX plumbing that we use. One other neat thing that we use for pest control, people call them the little tubes in the walls. So this is a system for pest control where we're running these small tubes on the interior of the walls, where your pest control company can come on the outside of your home and inject this system, and it will put out a little mist throughout the interior of the wall. So that's one option for pest control. So a lot of neat stuff. Extended warranties that we offer because of the construction. So we do have some very strong warranties as well.
Which is another reason why some folks really love to get a new home, because of all the builder warranties. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so you're getting lots of great warranties. Pulte, Del Webb offers some extra coverage that just comes standard. Like, for example, appliances have a 1-year manufacturer warranty. That's normal. So Pulte gives you 2 years.
Gotcha.
Right.
And I see there's a 10-year on structural elements,
Yep.
and that is transferable.
Yes.
So if they sell their house 5 years from now, the new owner gets 5 years more of that warranty.
Yep, warranty
That's good, 'cause
transfer.
Some builders don't do that, so that's awesome. Very good.
Thank you very much. That was awesome. We'll
Dude,
get
that
some
was-
additional shots.
That was fun.
That was fun. Oof, look at it. It's massive, and what a gorgeous late November day.
Yeah, it is beautiful. It was
Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous.
overcast this morning, and it kind of looks like.
That's such a cool. That is so cool. Look at the shadows coming off of that scaffolding and stuff.
So here's from Legal Crossing. We'll do this too. Let's punch in. So we don't have to go as far.
What?
There you go. There's your Target. There's actually, so talking about people that wanted to work at Disney, it's a good location for that, because this is Disney
Rental
housing.
housing? Oh, yeah.
Or maybe they like oh, and you can literally see the Epcot ball. Look at that. There's Disney. See all that?
Oh, yeah. Your punching in thingy works well. Oh, look, you can see a bird in the sky.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, right?
Very cool.
He's probably coming for the drone. There's the Epcot ball. Disney property. So obviously very close. Let's go back to here. This is what we were saying was a mile down the road from Eagle Crossing. You got Target. You've got, I don't know, Starbucks. Whoa! Saw that?
I did see that. Is that bird trying to get your camera? I was going to say, has anything ever tried to attack it in the air?
I have. I've had birds like come and test it. Actually, believe it or not, seagulls. They're angry little sons of guns.
That's too funny.
Plenty of hotels close by too if you do have family coming to town.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else. You can kind of look
That's
what's in
probably
this,
the
this shopping.
429 there.
Okay, so you can see the phases. Obviously, this is going to kind of tie the map in that we showed off and talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. cul-de-sac.
Wow.
There's the entrance to the clubhouse. That's kind of trippy, huh? That little park there, whatever that is.
That's the park that he said you could walk around and have the exercise stations? Are you gonna fly
No,
closer?
that's somewhere different. Yeah, well, that's behind. See the clubhouse there? See that?
Yeah. That's another
We'll go
that's
over there.
he said there's workout stations on that too, as well as the one that was on the perimeter.
Yeah, we'll go see that as well. So 4 pickleball courts, 1 tennis court.
That's plenty.
Yep. There's your workout station park, I think. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We'll punch in again. So there's your pull-up bar. Looks like just different workout stations. Benches. Great place to throw football.
Those are your villas.
Here's a house under construction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
Working.
That's very cool.
It's like a spy drone, huh? All right, let's go. I want to see that mile-long walking trail that he mentioned. There it is, paved. Yep. Wow, that's sweet.
That is sweet.
Workout stations.
We didn't really ask about all that green space. It looked like
wetlands.
It's
said
wetlands.
On the map. Yeah.
Oh, good, good.
So that won't be developed.
Yeah, perfect. Those would be nice lots looking at that then.
I can't believe that's gated. So it's oh, there's the gate right there.
I do say, yeah.
I wonder if they have like a key fob that they can get out.
Probably.
Oh,
I was going to say,
right
a lot
there.
of people don't want every other neighborhood to be able to wander through. You know, it's security. A lot of these folks, it's their second home. They don't, you know, that's part of being in a gated community is the security.
Yeah, there's a golf course.
Oh, look at that.
Not played there. Well, cool. I mean, it's actually a pretty small community. It's kind of boutique size, so it's not too massive.
No, but it's definitely boutique size. I mean, 440 is about one of the lower numbers I've heard. Awesome. That has the full-on amenities, you know.
Yeah. Should we get a little closer to the clubhouse?
Yeah.
On our way back?
Yep. You got to fly back.
Should I fly through the clubhouse while the guy's working on it?
Oh my gosh, J Michael.
That sounds dangerous, doesn't it?
That does.
We won't do that.
Oh my gosh.
They haven't detected the drone yet. That's going to be really pretty, huh?
Yeah. Excellent information. Ken did a great job.
Yeah, he did a great job. Well, awesome. You guys, that was fun. Let us know. We're going to try these longer videos out. Let us know if this is something that you guys sort of enjoy compared to, I would say, videos we were doing prior were a little bit more high production, like we were trying to fit a lot of stuff into shorter videos. But I think you miss a lot of nuances and detailed information, and it's kind of nice to hang out and get a sense of people's personalities a little bit more. When things are edited, you can't really gauge stuff, you know, especially from someone that does the editing. You can clean up so much where it's like when it's raw, you can't really fake much. So
and it's fun, and as long as you guys don't think it's too long, but they can fast forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. Let us know in the comments if this is something you like. We even talked about maybe doing some live videos. So they would end up being a couple hours long, but we could come to, for example, communities or even areas, live stream them. If you have questions and things like that as we go through, you can engage with us while we're doing it. And then the video will get posted afterwards. It'll be, again, longer videos, but you can't.
We can keep an eye on the weather, and then when they're going to be in a big snowstorm, set it up so they can all just get their hot chocolate and sit down and watch
Hang out
the sunshine in Florida.
That would be fun. Well, awesome, guys. If you want to get connected with one of the agents on our team, visit explore55plus.com.
And you can try and text and call the phone number, but those are monitored Monday through Friday. Shoot an email. We look at that all the time.
Yeah, and if you do call, leave a voice message, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Yes, we will.
So, awesome.
Thank you.
You